Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Spooky Bara, and this is going to be a sketchbook tour of my 5th completed sketchbook. This is a sketchbook that I had from about 10 to 15 years ago. It only had a couple of pages filled out, so I ended up ripping off the cover of that and creating a new one with just some scrap pieces that I had laying around. It actually had some Crayola construction paper used as the cover that I actually had to paint some acrylic black paint over it to keep it from falling apart even further, and then just added some washi tape and a spine to it. If you ever having problems starting a sketchbook, I highly recommend maybe getting an old sketchbook that you haven't finished using or filled up yet, and just kind of constructing a new cover for it, ripping out whatever pages you have already used, and starting over again. I find it helpful that I have a sketchbook that is already imperfect, because then I feel like there's not that much pressure to start a new one. And this is the second imperfect sketchbook that I've used before, so I think I still have a few more other sketchbooks in my closet that I could probably do this with. But yeah, I hope that helps. These stickers are from Amazon. These two I created for myself. These were for my boyfriend for Christmas last year. I made him a little sticker pack based off of like things in our lives. This is our little, this is our dog Moo, and this is just our initials together on a sticker. And then my boyfriend's sister gave me these two stickers, and then this is from an artist. I'll link them down below. I have used these stickers on my previous sketchbook, and I really like this sticker sheet that was offered. I don't know if it's still available, but highly recommend. They're really good quality stickers. I kind of ruined it by when I painted this cover black. Some of the black acrylic paint got on the sticker and kind of ruined it a little bit. But yeah. And then this sketchbook is from June of 2023 until July of 2024. And then this is covering up a Polaroid of my boyfriend and I just don't want to do a face reveal. Oh, also, this is going to be a two-parter sketchbook tour, just because this is a very thick sketchbook and there's a lot to cover, so I don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours doing it in one video. Starting off, the inner part of my sketchbook cover, I just wrote a list of things that I wanted to accomplish in the sketchbook, which I actually surprisingly did. Even if it was just one page of the sketchbook, I did complete each and every one of these prompts. And then just some random stickers and a Buffy the Vampire Slayer trading card. This was a little something for myself. It's just the reason why I wanted to start this sketchbook, which was when I started it, I intended it to be an art journal, which I kind of did. I'm doing more so in my newest sketchbook, turning it into an art journal with actual sketchbook pages and journal pages. So this is kind of just a mix and match of both of those concepts. I do find it's helpful because as an artist, I like to draw, but I also want to keep track of my life, and just putting little blurbs of, you know, what happened or putting a week in review has really been helpful to me. So this is just that, and I just wrote down what I like to draw and a little sketch of Moo. The first page, I drew a little, you know, picture of myself, and then I drew some feet because I haven't drawn feet this detailed in forever. So did some studies of my feet, and then Show Me Where You Sleep At is some lyrics from a song, and I took that literally. I was like, you know what, let me actually draw where I sleep. So I sleep on the left side of our bed, and then I also sleep on this couch. This was a couch from my first apartment, and up until a little while ago, I had it in the living room. I've now moved it into the office because I have a tendency to take a nap after work. So I moved it into my office so that that doesn't happen. These are some sketches of Spuffy, the fanship name for Spike and Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Every year, pretty much every summer, I do a Buffy rewatch. I call it the Summer of Buffy, and I love the show so much. I'm currently in the middle of my summer rewatch right now. But these are just some, fan art pieces that I had sketched out, and I would really love to do this sketch in a full-blown like illustration, either digital or traditional. I'm not sure, but this one is just always in the back of my head or back of my mind. Just some random sketches and some blurbs about what was going on in my life. Slow Dancing in the Dark is another song. I really love the song, and it was stuck in my head for a very, very long time last year. This page is, there's an artist on TikTok who shows how they do these sketches. It's just stuff I found on my desk, and you're supposed to sketch it out using, straight lines or curves, drawing pretty much with your elbow instead of your wrist, and then going back in and adding detail with a pen. I really enjoyed these studies. It was very helpful, and it was actually pretty fun, and I will probably try to do this again. It was a good way to loosen up and also kind of study how things are made. Just a very technical kind of sketch. If I remember, I'll link the person down below. These are some Pinterest studies that I just used a blue, I think it was a friction pen, if I remember correctly. It's this blue friction pen, and just some water-based green markers. This is my OC Nova, and I think this is where I got her look down. So she looks exactly like how I wanted her to look finally. So I reference this drawing a lot when I'm drawing her, in other places now. And then this is a vellum sticky note that I drew her rose and skeleton key tattoo on. These are just some demon goth girls that I wanted to draw. It is just a guilty pleasure. I really like the aesthetic of the 2010s goth outfits, and just wanted to draw them. And then this is based off of another song, Daydreaming Wide Awake, and it's just it's supposed to be me, I guess. When I was in middle school / high school, I didn't have like a iPod or anything like that, so I would just connect my headphones or my earbuds to a stereo that was just sitting on my desk, and then eventually I ended up getting a CD player. So just some fun little sketches. This is just a little blurb of me when I went to Tucson last summer with my mom, and then a receipt for going to Bookman's and getting some stickers for myself and my boyfriend. And I had to commemorate me crying after getting yelled at by a customer, and then drowning my sorrows in a baked potato. These three studies are from photographs that this photographer takes in I believe it's his hometown. I believe it's Oregon. I will link him down below. There's just some interesting characters that he photographs, and I wanted to kind of not commemorate, but kind of capture that. And then I believe this is from my mind. And this is where I kind of started trying to tie everything together. Well, maybe not. Maybe it was the previous page. But I try to keep it in mind, okay, let's use the same colors or the same color palette and try to tie everything together. And then at the end, instead of having all this blank space, I just went in and I'm like, okay, what what can I add that kind of ties, or not ties everything together, but what can I bring to the page that gives it a little bit more interest, but also in the same color palette. And of course, orange, I think of oranges. So I added some oranges. This is Onyu from SHINee. It's a K-pop group that I've been following since 2011. He is my bias, and he actually just came out with a new song, and it has been stuck in my head. And then I drew a little chibi version of him based off of a photograph. He's just the cutest. He's just the cutest, honestly. And I just added a little sprout because he's just cute. And then this is a page of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sarah Michelle Gellar is the hardest thing to draw, and especially her nose. You can quote me on that. And I had to redraw her because it just didn't look like her. It still doesn't look like her, but I tried. And then I drew her in the infamous tiger fur coat. It only showed up in like one episode, and it's stayed in my head since whenever this episode aired on TV. And then I tied it all together, again, trying to get rid of this white space or blank space with just some little icons. So a little stake and a candle. This is a character by this person on Twitter. I just really liked their character, and I just redrew a portrait of them in my style. Sometimes I do that. I just really like somebody's character, and I just end up drawing them. Credit to the artist. It's not my character or anything. And then these are some studies of Evie/Evelyn from The Mummy. I just accented it with some washi tape and some scrapbook paper that I cut out. I wish that it kind of tied together a little bit more, but I don't think this will be the last time that I draw this character from The Mummy. I love The Mummy, and I feel like I will have to draw a spread of the characters in my new sketchbook. I have two sketchbooks at this time. One is, it's a multimedia sketchbook, but the other one is a Strathmore and can handle some watercolors. So if I'm planning on doing a bunch of different shows and movies that I like in that new sketchbook. So. This was just a vent page. I, at the time, was living in a 2-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend, our cat, and our dog, and we were working from home. So it was kind of needed that I needed to vent and do this page. It was tough, and I'm super happy with where we are now, but you know, sometimes you really just do need your space. And then these were based off of Pinterest studies, and I turned it into a nice little spread. This was, again, all Pinterest studies, and I used pencil and some water-based markers. I think I started with this photo from Pinterest, and I really just love the idea of having a tree house in a tiny little tree. I wanted to try that with one of my plants, but unfortunately it died. So I'll have to get another one that can maybe hold up some wooden some wooden popsicle stick structures. And I just kept doing some Pinterest studies and adding the accent colors. This page is just based off of dogs and the stereotypes that come along with them. And then I put a little blurb of owning a dog. I've always had dogs in my life, like a family dog, but when I moved out, I adopted my own dog, and she was about 1 at the time, and it's been kind of difficult. And I'm so thankful that I have somebody in my life who shares the responsibility of taking care of her and just, you know, making sure she's healthy and safe and, you know, taken care of. And training her was hard, and just there's a lot of stuff that comes with adopting a grown dog, but she's an invaluable member of our family now. So this page was just based on me wanting to draw some pink magical girls. And so these two are based off of Pinterest studies, and I gave her a little magical girl wand. This page was also a Pinterest study. I'm not sure if this is gouache or acrylic paint that I did the portrait in, but it was a good vent page. All this text behind her is just me venting about something. And then I used some of that vellum sticky note in the color green to add this effect to her sunglasses, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. These are some sticker ideas that I had, and I think the only ones that I would probably go through with now, looking back at it, are probably this one, and a combination of the eyeball lollipop and the star candy filled lollipop. And then this is based off of me. I've had a knot in my back since 2018, and it's just a constant pain in my life. If you're ever working a office job, make sure you're sitting with your feet firmly planted on the ground instead of sitting on one of your legs. Yeah, don't do what I did. This is a gouache study of a skull with some leaves coming out of it. I like the colors, but I still struggle with gouache to this day. I kind of gave up on it. It's just, I don't know how to use it correctly, and I don't know if I have the best set. I have one of those jelly gouache sets, and I just struggle every time with it. I have created some really good pieces with it. I did a pet portrait with it one time and it came out fine, but it's just not my favorite art supply. I might try getting maybe some a select few colors of a nicer quality and trying it again. This is a draw this in your style that I never posted anywhere. I think I was too late to the trend, or I thought I was, but I really like this character by Chibi Mika Art. I think they might have been on Instagram. These are some Pinterest studies that I just added some witch hats to. I like doing this and then adding a block of color behind it, and then stars really do make a page look complete. And then I kept the same color scheme with the other page. This is again some Pinterest studies, and this is a Pinterest study that I turned into a character that I have. She's actually an adoptable that I purchased from this artist off of DeviantArt years ago. If I can find a picture of what she looks like, I'll post it below. I believe it was by the artist Queens, who I still love to this day. They have really great art, and I don't know if they still do adoptables, but I'm pretty sure that they do. This is Rinny Leap's character Dolia. Absolutely love Rinny Leap and her character Dolia. I really like the sketches that she made. These are just my versions of those sketches, so credit to the artist. I just kind of redrew them in my style. I'm not claiming that they're mine or anything like that. And then I ended up recently, because I drew this July 14th of last year, I drew this July 14th of this year. I just wanted to draw a portrait of Dolia, and then I ended up going and trying to do some shadowing on it with one of the acrylic markers that I had. I don't know if I regret the acrylic marker on this or not, but it's a very interesting piece, that's for sure. And then I just taped that in. This is, again, my character Nova with Bastion. And I just wanted to create an interesting kind of piece. So this is some washi tape and then gouache paint in the background. And then I used acrylic, no, I'm sorry, not acrylic. These are alcohol markers. This is some more sticker ideas of vamp themed things, and I actually really love all of them. I'm gonna have to try to do these all over again in Procreate. I think that I've figured out what my issue was It was definitely, I was putting too much detail into the drawing on Procreate, because the sticker is only going to be this big maybe, and I was putting way too much detail into it. I feel like I've gotten better at that, so I may try to redo these again in Procreate and then make them into stickers. This page is CL, or Jaden, from 21. She's also a solo artist, and she went to some gala in this jean fabric. It's supposed to be in the style of a hanbok, and it was just stuck in my head forever. And I had to draw it. This is actually scrapbook paper that I had, that I cut out using a light box. And then I used the same design. I created a focal piece in the back with just some white gel pen to kind of mimic the fabric, or not the fabric, but the scrapbook paper I have down here. I really like how this one came out. It's so different how something can come out digitally versus traditionally, because I had this on hand and I was able to, flip through my scrapbook and be like, oh, you know what, that would be perfect. So there's just some things that traditionally come out better than digitally for me. This was just a little journal page that I ripped out, and it's just talking about how I finished a book in, what, plus or minus 12 hours. It had been a long time since I finished a book or even picked up a book at that point. And I really love rom-com books. They're probably exclusively what I read, just because it's lighthearted and cute. And this is my White Rabbit OC, I believe. She's a character I had created based off of the A3 emoji challenge, and I've drawn her many times before. This is traced off of this sketch, and it's on watercolor paper because I wanted to try doing watercolors, and I think it came out more purple than I intended it to. I think she's supposed to be more like a pink, gray, and white color palette, and this is very much giving off purple. This is a character from this person, I believe it's on Twitter, Briaki. Her character Cheese, the Palace Cat Girl, and I just liked her sketch of the character and I just redrew in my style. And then this was a really fun page to create using Pinterest Studies again, and I went in with colored pencils that I had gotten, and it's just, I don't know, I really like how I put this character and she looks like she's really behind these two characters. You can still see, the detail of her even kind of like through the other character, which I thought was really fun to do at the time. This is a page, I drew this Cosmic Crisp apple for, well, I guess not for my boyfriend, but my boyfriend really likes these Cosmic Crisp apples, and we got them from Sprouts, and then I just did a little journal sticky note on his upcoming trip at the time to Disney World and what was I going to do for that time. And then this is a page based off of my character Nova, and her color palette is traditionally yellow, red, white, black, and gray, but I wanted to keep it to a limited palette of just black and white and yellow, and I wanted to just write out some of her likes and dislikes, and yeah. Again, some more Pinterest studies that I turn into witches. That's always fun. This is my character Nova. This is all in acrylic marker. Sorry, not acrylic marker, alcohol marker. And I did a normal version of what she looks like, a gender bent version, child version, and a villain. I don't actually like how the villain part came out, but I really like this page. And again, she looks like how I want her to look. So I was really happy with that. This was just a sketch page, very unfinished, and I could have covered it, but I didn't, just writing some things out. And then we went to go see Mutant Mayhem when it came out, and I just freaking love those turtle boys. They're so cute, and the little turtle tots are, oh my gosh, they're so cute. My gosh, they're just so cute. I didn't draw them, but so cute. This is Nana from the anime Nana. I think I had either finished it or just started it at this time, but yeah, if you want to be sad, watch that anime. These are some pose studies of the girls from New Jeans. It's a K-pop group. I don't know which one is which, don't ask me. But I really love that the poses that they had. I'm pretty sure these are just promotional pictures or something. But I think I got down the shape language and the flow of it pretty well. I didn't give them any faces, so it's kind of weird. This is my character Nova again. Just wanted to do a fun little page. It's again just a limited palette, and she lives in New York City. So yeah, I just did some fun art for her. And then I feel like this is bent art again. I put a Walmart receipt down and I just kind of drew over it and then wrote some lyrics from a song. This is a Pinterest study of just this really cool building that I saw. I really love this. I don't even know if it's called like a patio or a covered patio, but this is such a cool building. And then this is a character that I just started. I don't even know where she came from. I just drew her and I'm like, oh yeah, she would have like a fish tote bag. And then I drew a little chibi version of her, which I like this style. It kind of reminds me of Scott Pilgrim. So maybe we had watched Scott Pilgrim at that time, the anime. Yeah, I don't think I've ever drawn her since though. But this is a sketch of the Christmas card design that I created for last year. It's of me, my boyfriend, and our dog Moo. I had thought about doing this one also, but in the end it ended up being this one, and it actually really came out cute. I'll put it on the screen. These were some Pinterest studies. This page again fell kind of flat. Sometimes I just don't know where to go and in what direction I want to go. However, this page, it was the opposite. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it look kind of like this page, I wanted it to look more like a spell book, kind of. So I drew some little filler illustrations, and then I had drawn my Witch Knight character, and then a little silhouette and just some quotes. And I wrote some little blurbs of like what not to do. So you don't want to accept food or drinks from people who wish you ill will. Do not keep a gift intended for another individual. Treat others as you wish to be treated. Some good things to live by. And yeah, I kept it to a limited palette, and I used a lot of washi tape that I had laying around, and I think it came out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. And then, so this was in October of 2023. This page, or this edition, I created July 2024. It was one of the last things that I had drawn for this sketchbook before I called it done. I went over the armor with some silver acrylic paint, and yeah, I really like how she came out. This page I'm not too happy with. I had gone to an art resource center. It's a place where you can donate unused art supplies or anything that somebody could use as art supplies, and teachers and the public are welcome to go there and pay what you want for, you know, scrap pieces of paper, used supplies, stuff like that. I ended up getting an inner office stamp, and this is not art stamp, so I thought this page would look better, but It again fell flat. This is a sketch, I guess, of a character by Hello Sunny Core. I think I just like the character and I just redrew her in my style. And then my boyfriend and I had started playing Monster Hunter, the app, on our phones. And this was the character that I had created at that time and the weapon that she had. And then this is Sujin from formerly of G-Idol. It's a K-pop group. She made her re-debut as a solo artist after some kind of misunderstanding. And I was really happy that she was coming back. And she had this really cool orange fur coat, a faux fur coat. And I just thought I'd draw her, and she looks all right. I think I would have maybe added blue in the background instead of orange so that the orange could stick out a little bit more or stand out a little bit more. But yeah, it was a fun page. This is my random clown slash jester character I came up with, and this is just a yellow piece of Crayola construction paper that I drew her on, and not much to say about her. I tried to redraw her in Procreate. Yeah, I don't know. She's just a fun demon clown jester character. This is more of a journal page than anything. Just trying to keep a limited palette again. And then unfortunately, I had dropped water on this sketchbook at one point, and this page got kind of ruined. These are just Pinterest studies, and then this is a redraw. Sorry, not a redraw. I believe it's a Monster Girl. The Monster Girl Maker, I think is what it's called. And sometimes I search for that in like Twitter or Instagram to see like what kind of characters did people come up with. And I think that this character is based off of the Monster Maker girl. And I drew her in 2 different styles. I think this was just I'll have to find the picture, but I think this is just like my style of this character in this pose. So anyways, I really like how this spread came out. I added some little graveyard scenes, and then I added some shadows for this character. Again, it was a good spread. I liked it. This is a demon girl character that I actually drew her recently. I'll add a photo of her in here. It was done with gouache again. Again, not a fan of gouache, and it just did not come out how I wanted it to. But the idea came across how I wanted it to. I wanted her to have like this dress and then a jacket with spikes on it kind of hanging over her shoulders. I don't know if that comes across as what that is, but it came out better in the newer version that I did. And then this is somebody else's character. I don't know how to pronounce that. Feek's Grape Elf. And I just like drawing other people's characters sometimes, and that's what I did. So this is the halfway point. I'll probably go ahead and re-record the second part of the sketchbook tour in better lighting, just because there was a lot of glare and the shadows were really bad in this part. So go ahead and stay tuned for the final part.